Weekend, we've obviously been tracking the snow not only here, but all over the country, and especially here in Indiana in the southern parts.
That's right. The southern part of the state is expected to see the most snow, and we know we are far from having this winter storm be done. So our Anna Chalker, she has been in Columbus, Indiana all morning long and overnight. So Anna, how are things going down there, and have you heard from any officials who are working to keep things safe?
Good morning from Columbus, Bartholomew County, where we're seeing about 9.5 to 10 inches of snow here. And now that the sun is up, you'll see the blanket of white snow is still coming down, and it is coming down fast. And we've got State Police Stephen Wheelis with us this morning. You've been tracking more of the south side of the state. I mean, what have you seen, especially when you were coming up from Seymour up to here?
Yeah, really, we got hit hard overnight. Like you said, the snow is deep. It's covering every roadway. You're going to have rather deep snow. NDOT crews are out on our main roadways, hitting them hard. I've seen their trucks repeatedly, but it's just hard to keep up while the snow is still falling. And so they're doing their best, but the roads are just not in good shape right now. And so that's what we're stressing to people is really stay home this morning if you don't need to go out, and watch for those travel advisories in your area.
And we know you were talking just a little bit earlier that it's not the crashes really that you're seeing as many, it's people getting stuck. Can you just kind of talk on that, not just here on like these streets behind us, but on the interstates as well?
Yeah, you know, NDOT's, the crews are clearing, but a lot of times they're just clearing one lane is all they can really keep up with at this point. What that does is it kind of pushes the snow and makes a pretty deep, heavy snow bank. So it becomes difficult if cars get their tires in that deeper snow. They're just getting stuck. And not so much on the interstates, but on side roads, we're seeing that a lot, where crews are, there's a lot of roads to travel and to keep up with, and it's just difficult to do at this point. So we are seeing a lot of cars stuck this morning because of how deep the snow is.
We still got a lot of hours to go on this storm. I mean, what's the plan right now for your troopers, but for NDOT and these other crews that just are trying to make sure the roads are as clear as they can be?
Yeah, we work real close with our partners and other agencies. NDOT obviously is one that we're working really close with. Indiana National Guard's assisting with this as well. So yeah, it's really an all hands on deck, a team effort by everybody involved. And we're working long hours to make sure we're covering around the clock with multiple troopers, and National Guard has troopers out on our interstates, and then NDOT crews are working long hours as well. So it's kind of one of those things. It's just all hands on deck, and hopefully we make it through without any major issues travel wise, and hopefully with getting the word out before the storm hit, and now that the storm has hit, we're pushing information out, and so far it appears that a lot of people are choosing to stay home, which is the good thing.
And we'll continue on that message. I mean, message to these residents out here in Indiana as this is starting to pick up. You want them to stay home, but anything else they need to be aware of?
Yeah, that's the big thing. Stay home, stay safe, stay warm. That's your best bet. That trip to the store or something like that is not really important at this point, and we want to keep our first responders free so we can respond to the real emergencies that we need to, and when we have to sit and pull someone out of a ditch or something like that, it ties up our resources. And so just stay home, stay safe, stay warm, and that's the message we're pushing out this morning. And we'll get through this, and if we'll all work together, and we'll get through this.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much. Great message there. Something all of us need to keep an eye on here, keeping up with those travel advisories. We're going to stay here in the southern part of the state, keep a good eye on it here, but we're going to stay in Bartholomew County, move around to this area, and check in as snow is moving in fast and hard here in Indiana.